What is going on, guys? It is the Miniature King. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day. Today, guys, we're going to be going over something kind of disappointing if you're someone who's planning on playing Call of Duty World War II when it comes out. And I'm not the first one to talk about this topic. This news got out, I think, a couple weeks ago, but I want to talk about it with you guys because not that many people did cover it. There are a couple of YouTubers that did cover this topic, but then again, there wasn't many. So I just want to cover it with you guys, and so you guys can hear the news, just so you guys are aware of what's probably going to happen once this game actually comes out. So what we're going to be talking about is the fact that weapon variants and wacky gestures are most likely to appear in supply drops after the launch of the game. So we actually found this out by the news source of the name Game Informer. I made a couple videos about them. They did spoil a lot of the stuff that's actually going to end up in the headquarters mode. I made a video on that if you guys want to go and check it out. But pretty much they had an article that talked about some of the things that could end up in supply drops. But not only did they have an article that talked about some of this stuff, they also had a little podcast. I'm going to play a clip of it in about a second, but pretty much all I'm saying is that these guys got to actually play the game early. They also talked with Michael Condrey and some of the developers, so they have a lot of information that we don't know. So I'm going to play this clip right now, and here's what they have to say about supply drops. It's very disappointing, guys, but here you go.
This is where you open your supply drops. So, you know, when you get your crates, which at least on launch are going to be cosmetic only. We don't know about after that.
There was a lot of framing, like, you know, during the launch window, we were going to keep it cosmetic only. It's like, okay, I see where this is going. And also, there's expressions you can do. You can, like, sit down. You can throw a ball around.
The emotes, and all these emotes and loot are period specific.
But that's like sitting down when people used to sit down.
Well, I was just about to ask if you can do, like, anachronistic dances.
Well, that's exactly
like
what this is the point, is they also said for that launch window, at launch, it's going to be period specific, but you know, it might get wacky.
So I can do Gangnam Style in there in a couple months.
Well, they talked about like the weird things that happened during playtest, and they said
it would seem so wrong, especially for this game.
Oh, it would be absolutely wrong.
Well, they mentioned that at some point during the testing that everybody, just without really communicating this, formed a giant conga line, and then we're marching around.
Oh, like PlayStation Home.
Exactly. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is the weird.
So I'm just gonna break down this clip, really quick. So if you guys haven't heard already, Game Informer actually got flown out to Sledgehammer Games studio. There they got a lot of information about the game. They had a couple interviews with Sledgehammer Games. They got like a tour of the studio, just stuff like that. And Sledgehammer Games told them about some of the stuff that is going to be in supply drops. Now the clip that you heard on your screen is specifically taking place after they got back from Sledgehammer Games. So they're sharing information with all of us, and one of those things being that they told them that it's all going to be cosmetic only, but only during, launch. So after launch, there could be weapon variants and a bunch of wacky gestures, all that crazy stuff that we all hate. And the second I heard this clip for myself, I was extremely disappointed in Sledgehammer Games, just because we're hearing this from a third-party news source, which that being Game Informer. We haven't heard this from Michael Condrey. Michael Condrey specifically said it's all going to be cosmetic only, but Game Informer is telling us that Sledgehammer Games told them that it's all going to be cosmetic only, but only during launch. We never heard about that. So this all suggests that there's going to be these wacky gestures, probably dabbing, whipping, all that, stupid stuff. But what really sucks about this, guys, is that this is a World War II game. All that stuff was first introduced in Black Ops 3, and that was a futuristic game. So dabbing does make a little bit sense for that game, but if you see like a World War II soldier dabbing, that's gonna make no sense at all. This also suggests that they could add weapon variants. I'm hoping that they don't add weapon variants. If they do, I'm hoping that they're not stat base, but they're probably going to add DLC weapons, one way or another. They've been doing it ever since Black Ops 3, and the community somewhat enjoys it. I personally don't like the way they introduce them into the game. I think the system is really bad, and it kind of rips you off, but hopefully they do it right if they do add DLC weapons. But I'm still really disappointed at the fact that they could introduce these really stupid gestures into the game. But guys, all I'm trying to say is don't be shocked when you see these gestures end up in supply drops after post-launch. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below, so make sure to drop a comment. If you enjoyed the video at all, make sure to drop a like. If you're new to the channel, you want to stay up to date with everything related to Call of Duty, make sure you subscribe. But guys, it has been the Miniature King. Peace out, everyone.
Get down and lay down, hit you with the Beretta, you better stay down. Straight shots on the playground, living how I'm living with the life that I'm giving. Anybody that's riding with me, I'm riding with them. Show me the enemy and I'ma hit them the second I bit them. I get them and hit them with the venom. Ain't no need to pretend I'ma never do it. I knew it, already been through it, I do it. the street, for the fam, for the life, anybody that's gang related.